All right, cats and kittens, we are back with another strategy for attacking division problems. We're going to look at two different problems in this example with estimation. Estimation, we're not usually going to use alone. We'll usually use it with some long division or a different strategy. It can be used as a great way to check our work, and especially when we have these two-digit divisors here, it's a great way to also guide our work and make some of our work a little bit easier. But we'll get to that. Let's start off at first with 38 divided by 8 equals n. So when we want to estimate this, we can say 38 is about 40 divided by 8 is going to be about, let's round 8 to 10, equals n. Very nice. So we can say that this 40 divided by 10, how many tens can fit into 40? Count by tens if you'd like. That is going to be 4. We know that our quotient n is going to be about 4. All right, now let's use this as a guide and a way to check our work when we do our long division. Now we want to do 38 divided by 8. All right, now we're going to just fly on with that long division. 8 fits into 3, 0 times. 8 fits into 38. How many times? Think about those math facts, particularly maybe you're thinking your multiplication facts. 8 multiplied by is going to get us close to 38. You're probably thinking 8 multiplied by 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Some subtraction here. We are going to have 6 left over. 8 cannot fit into 6 any times, but we're not looking for remainders right now. In either remainder form or fraction form, we want a decimal quotient, an exact decimal, which means that we need to create an equivalent decimal here. We need to carry that decimal up to our quotient once we put it in the dividend. And now we can bring down this 0 and ask ourselves, how many times does 8 go into 60? Well, I know 8 times 8 is 64, and that's a little too high. Think about what is 8 times 7. You got it in your head? All right, that's going to be 56. We'll do some subtraction here. You might want to do a little regrouping. We'll have 4 left over. 8 cannot fit into 4 any times. Here we are again. We know that 38 is equal to 38 and 0 hundredths. So we'll just add another 0. Keep it going. Drop that down. And now we can say, how many times does 8 fit into 40? This one should be ringing a bell in your head. There is a perfect math fact to get us there. 8 can fit into 40 5 times. So now we can compare our estimation with our quotient, and these are very similar. In this case, I don't really need to check my work with multiplication because I already checked my work with estimation. So now our quotient was about 4, right down here, and it's equal to 4 75 hundredths. Beautiful. All right, team members, let's take a look at, I'm going to erase some of this work. This other option here, I wanted to put 2 options in here because this second one down here has a 2-digit divisor. That's this 16 right here. 2-digit divisors always make division a little fancier. So with this case, this is where I really love to use estimation. We're going to be able to not only use the estimation to check our work, but it's also going to actually help us solve throughout the problem. So let's start by estimating 82 to about what number? Think in your head. Yeah, we're going to go about 80 divided by, and let's estimate our divisor. 16 is approximately what number? Think about a number that's going to be easy to work with. Remember, that's our goal with estimation, is easy to work with. So I would say 16 is about 20. Now, I know that 20 and 16 aren't super, super close, so that tells me that my estimation is probably not going to be super, super, super close, but it's going to be close enough to let me know if I'm on the right track. How many times can 20 fit into 80? 80 divided by 20 is going to be 4. Our quotient will be about 4. All right, now let's jump into our long division and check that out. 82 divided by 16. All right, now normally with these numbers, we're going to end up with 2-digit divisors. We're going to end up with a lot of guess and check here, but we have a little bit of a guide because we know our answer is going to be about 4. So right away, I know that 16 can't fit into 8, but maybe it can fit into 82. Let's see how many times. Right away, I'm just going to multiply 16 by 4 and see if that gets me really close. I'm thinking it's going to get me close because that's my approximate answer. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry that 2. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. 64 is pretty darn close. But I kind of wonder if I might be able to fit a little bit more in there. Let's try one more. Let's try 16 times 5 and see if that gets us closer. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. This is way better. That gets us right almost all the way up to 80. So we'll put that in there. Get my guess and check work out of the way. So that was really nice. What this estimation allowed us to do was say, well, I already know what number it's going to be about. Then I didn't have to go, what's 16 times 3, 16 times 4? Maybe you started too high. You started with 16 times 6, and then you're going, gosh, I got to go down. I got to try all these different numbers. This gets us really close. We only had to try 2 numbers. We said 16 times 5 was 80. Let's subtract. We're going to have 2 left over. We know right away 16 cannot fit into 2. Let's create our equivalent decimals. Bring that decimal right up to your quotient and drop your 0 down. 16 can fit into 20. Think about that. It's going to be 1 time. 1 multiplied by 16 is going to be 16. And we'll do our subtraction here. We can count on from 16 and we will have 4 remaining when we get to 20. Well, 16 can't fit into 4. Let's keep this equivalent decimal going. Bring down that 0. How many times can 16 go into 40? Great question. Well, 16 plus 16 is going to be 32. That's pretty close to 40. And that was 2 16s. I don't think I can fit another 16 in there. So we'll put this 2 in. 2 times 16 was 32. Our subtraction here is going to leave us 8 left over. And we cannot fit 16 into 8. We need 1 more 0 here. I hope it's 1 more because we are running out of space. I think we're going to get lucky. We'll drop this 0 down. Think about why I'm thinking we're going to get lucky here. Earlier we said 5 times 16 was 80. And now we are asking ourselves how many times can 16 fit into 80? We already did it. It's going to be 5 times. And we will have nothing left over. Whew, that was a good one, all the way to the thousandths. Really nice work, guys. Oops, there's my pen. Awesome. We said that our quotient was going to be about 4, and here we have a quotient that's just a tiny bit over 5. That is really good. 4 and 5 are very close together, so we did an excellent, excellent job. Lovely work, team members. And I hope that this helps give you some refreshers on using estimating to help your division.